I gathered the best park gameplay from all of NBA 2K26 Community Day, and I will be showing it all in one video. Every game I will have a user using every player on the court. That way it's basically as close as we can possibly get to our first park gameplay, just with my team cards in place of my players. We're gonna be showing 5v5 gameplay with 10 users playing, 2v2 with 4 users playing, 3v3 with 6 users playing, and then random interesting clips that are in co-op or full user games. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get into the first 5v5 game of NBA 2K26 to start the video. What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Henry, aka 𝙄𝙪, back at it with yet another banger. Now, I didn't get a chance to play Triple Threat Park or the All-Star Team Up 5v5 when at Community Day. I was so locked into the builder and the play now and the gameplay breakdown video. So shout out to everybody from Community Day that ended up sending me their footage to make this video possible. We are starting with Laker Fan, who plays a lot of competitive Pro-Am, and he sent me his footage of this 5v5 game right here. He was on 𝙄𝙩'𝙪, and this was a full 10 stack lobby, and the other point guard on the other team who just got that lane steal and just hit it through with 𝙬, is 𝘁𝙬'𝙪, who also plays Pro-Am usually on point guard. So this should be an interesting gameplay to look over. I've already cut it up, so I kind of know what happens for the most part, so I'll be able to go over it. They have Wemby and they have 𝙄𝙩'𝙪 on the same team. Now Wemby's 7'4" right here. He's moving pretty slow up the court. That is a my team card with a 25 speed on that play, so keep that in mind. Anthony Edwards, I don't know how that wasn't contested by the other Wemby in the paint, especially being 7'4", so that was kind of crazy to me. Also notice the greening rebounds. Okay, Wemby gets completely demolished in the paint right there. The other Wemby greens the rebound. They're going down the court, and a lot of that's gonna happen a lot. There's not really pluck steals in this game. You're gonna see a lot of fouls being called when people reach. There is very good lane steals that you're gonna see too, as we get another on ball reach foul right there. But yeah, lane steals are really good. But look at 𝙬, a slow down Euro that was a 100% smothered and won. What in the world? Yo, I mean, this difficulty can't be Hall of Fame. It's probably like similar to rec difficulty. I'm not 100% sure, but look at, no one knew how to time the lobs. They weren't used to the random buttons. And then there's a body bump steal right there, which did and was happening a lot in this 5v5 gameplay as Larry Bird hits the corner three. And how is that not a lane steal right there? I don't know how Wemby doesn't get that. Maybe his steal is low. He is 7'4", and look at 𝘁𝙬'𝙪 using 𝙬 to back fade out of bounds. Dooms did tell me that he thought back fading was like more comfortable, and like he almost thought it was easier than just shooting a regular standstill, as Anthony Edwards gets a contact dunk right there. That would be the only contact dunk in this game. And look at Laker Fan, player of the half. Shout out Laker Fan. It's 20-12 right now. They have Caitlin Clark and 𝙬at the backcourt. How is that not a lane steal again? Wemby doesn't get it again. He had to have had a low steal or something, as the other Wemby gets a standing dunk. Anthony Edwards driving the basket on 3 people, bails it out to Wemby, back out to 𝙄𝙪'𝙪, and look at LeBron making a, what is that, a 52 or 58% contested 3 in the corner. I think that was Gunner UR that made that shot in the corner. That's crazy, and that was with the button too. So wow, I don't know how that one, that's little foul right there, was even a foul on that scoop layup. But look at Wemby, 7'4", just towering over them. 19% cover layup, doesn't matter. His height is definitely a huge factor on that play right there. And look at this lane. Yo, lane steals are going to be crazy. Now it is a 7'4" player getting that with probably super high wingspan, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of clips of lanes just like that one right there with Larry Bird. You could tell this is going to be, and look at, it's almost another lane right there. I mean, how many lanes in a row is gonna happen? Like, I'm telling you, this is gonna be one of those 2Ks where lanes are pretty insane to start the game. I don't know. I kind of like when the lanes are really OP. Maybe not as OP as the start of 2K25, but I kind of like that. But look at Luka gets kind of like a, a tip steal and then turns it into a dunk meter. It's 32-16. I mean, this is a blowout right now. I don't know how this was. I mean, that was kind of a late contest, but he ends up getting a really high contest. Now, Larry Bird's jump shot was kind of slow right there, and you're gonna see Wilt Chamberlain get a running animation in for the rebound, stealing it from his teammate. We actually have a clip later in this video of what happens when two people are right next to the rebound and both green the rebound. Look at Shea getting a crazy lane out the corner and then back fades again for 3. I didn't get to test a back fade at all. I didn't really think to do that. I'm really excited to test that for 2K26 because I like shooting the ball, and that seems like it'd be fun. Anyways, Laker fan just dominating the paint, greening that last rebound, gets the easy standing dunk to Caitlin Clark, driving, bad catch, and that leads to another body bump steal. That was happening several times throughout this gameplay. Wemby gets the ball here. He gets a little hop into the lane. That was nice. I don't know if that's just because he's super tall or if that was like just a good hop animation, just because it is a good hop animation. I don't know. Chase down block right there. Not exactly sure who blocked it. And then they mistimed the jumper. Fast break, passes out a wide open layup, and as soon as he posted up right there, he gets plucked. So plucks aren't very common in this game, but that was kind of a BS pluck right there. Like as soon as he posted up, he got it. And look at Shea getting wide open for the midi. That was all using the left stick too. Another thing to note is that the left stick is kind of crazy in 2K26. Like you can really wiggle your way around to get wide open, and you're gonna see more of that in the other gameplays. But this was the final box score for the 5v5 game. Now we have a 2v2 game. Shout out to King Dooms for letting me use his footage here. He is using Jokic for this gameplay, and there's actually going to be a WNBA player on his team, and they're going to be going against Anthony Edwards and Wemby. So Wemby versus Jokic. Something that I want you guys to notice is the green rebounds in this game, because it is something to note. You're going to see a lot of green rebounds in different situations of what happens. And there is a specific play where someone greens a rebound and gets it over them. Well, not over them, but you're just gonna have to wait and see. Anyways, first 2v2 game right here. And look at the WNBA player getting bumpy. I did talk about my gameplay breakdown video that Mike Wang did say that there's gonna be a lot more contact to contact animations when it comes to defense and playing high on people, as Jokic gets the nice hop step into the dunk. The WNBA player had a nice scoop a couple of plays ago. Jokic's jump shot did seem slow and kind of awkward, so I'm assuming why Dooms was mistiming it. I probably would have mistimed it too. They try to get Wemby to back down. They shoot a little midi fade, and look at, there's a green rebound right there. Now, they did say that greening rebounds will increase, like, I think it was vertical and rebounding, or maybe one or the other, if you green it on just on that possession. Also, you're going to see later as Jokic greens another rebound and gets a nice little pump fake into the standing dunk. Some of these WNBA players are super fast. This girl's kind of fast on some of her fades, like that little midi fade right there. They have good midi fade animations. I like the midi fade animation she has. And also, she just dexed out to the right using R2 or right trigger. A lot of people did that for twos, especially in the competitive 2v2 scene, as Jokic gets kind of a crazy lane right there. That was insane. I don't know what this WNBA player's pass act is, but I'd kind of be interested in knowing. But anyways, if you do R2 dex on the inbound, you lose an adrenaline. So we don't have the other person's POV, but I did hear that from people that played at 2K26 Community Day. Anyways, Jokic gets a tipped pass lane right there. He's playing up, trying to recover, doesn't get back in time. 8-2. They're getting backdoored for the easy dunk. Now it's 8-4. Once again, these reaches, man, I'm trying to tell y'all, you can't really get plucks, man. They're very rare. They're possible, but you're gonna get a lot of fouls. You can't be reaching too much unless it's a lane or a confident blitz steal. He's walling up with Jokic right here, jumps, gets back to walling up, misses, and Jokic greens the rebound all at the same time. They kick it out to Jokic, and that jump shot, he was not timing that jump shot, but with the button, you see he's shooting earlies and lates. There's no slightly earlies and lates. Did you see that rebound? WNBA player greening the rebound. What is she, like 5 foot something, over a 7'4" player? Now I do think that the reason Wemby didn't get that is he was like stuck in a weird animation. Like he never actually jumped for the rebound. But that is an interesting clip to say the least. That's for sure. Anyways, dexing out. She lost an adrenaline right there when she dexed out. Another reaching foul. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, the reaching fouls are crazy. 𝙄𝙩 popping out. They hit 𝙄𝙩. He's driving. That's a good driving dunk meter. He had a good window on that, just didn't get it. But like I was saying earlier, if you shoot with the button, it's either early, late, or green. If you shoot with rhythm, that's where you can get like the slightly late, slightly early, slightly rushed type of timing. So yeah, if you shoot with button, they don't have slightly early, slightly late. I don't know why it's like that. It is what it is. You saw 𝙄𝙩 get another green rebound earlier. Now they got the ball back. It's 12-9. Easy little pick and roll pump fakes. Get the easy standing dunk after the Wemby jump. And that's another reaching foul. And a lot of people were used to reaching and just getting caught getting fouls. I don't know what kind of layup animation that was from 𝙄𝙩, but he gets it to go. Driving dunk meter from Anthony Edwards right there. He was using simple feedback, so he's getting the immediate excellence up. And look at that lane. I don't know how he doesn't catch that. That's some BS. Like, if I read a lane right there and I don't catch that, I'm gonna be pissed, bro. I don't know why that. I wonder what his interceptor is. Maybe it's has something to do with that. Anyways, another good scoop layup from the WNBA player. Wemby gets another green rebound. It is 18-11 right now. King Doom's team is up. Another driving dunk meter by Anthony Edwards. I'd assume that his driving dunk is pretty high. These are like the base My Team cards, so they're not going to have like juice stats, and they're not going to have as good stats as their play now players. As they get a jump in, 𝙄𝙩 got the easy rebound, and he just puts it back up. Now, unfortunately, he didn't have a takeover equipped because they just started My Team on this test. So like they didn't have time to equip a takeover. I don't even know if they had the option to equip the takeover in this testing. So he's just hot. That kind of sucks. The only takeover I got to test at all in the gameplay, if you watch my gameplay breakdown video, I did test Deep Bomber KD. And what is that steal animation? Another body up steal. We saw that in the 5v5 gameplay as Wemby greens that rebound to get it over him. I feel like that was kind of a 50-50 one. But look at this. What is that? He didn't reach. He didn't do nothing. I don't like that. I don't know what that is. That's some BS. 𝙄𝙩 tries to shoot over him. That was a super small meter. There was barely any green window on that. Good defense by Wemby. He gets a nice standing dunk animation, and now he's on fire. I won't even say he has takeover because there really is no takeover from that. And then he misses times a shot. 𝙄𝙩 and Wemby were not shooting good in this gameplay, as he's going to go ahead and enter right there. And that's going to end our 2v2 gameplay. Let's go to the threes. Shout out to Spam for letting me use his 3v3 gameplay. I don't know if y'all are noticing a trend, but I tried to get some really good players that are actually good at 2K's gameplay. We had Laker Fan. He plays a lot of fives. Dooms is on the other team too. We had Dooms on the twos. He plays a lot of Pro-Am on PG. And now we got Spam, who was in the 2K League. He plays a lot of Pro-Am. He plays mostly PG. I've seen him play center a couple times. And he's on Anthony Edwards. He's playing with a Wemby and a Curry. I'm pretty sure the Curry was Chimoma. I don't know who the Wemby was. And they're playing against an old guard lineup. They got Allen Iverson out there. Luka's out there. So that is kind of interesting. So Wemby should be dominating the rebounds this game. Curry was shooting pretty bad. Chimoma was struggling to shoot in this game. I kind of cut out a lot of his misses. He ended up like shooting really bad to start this game as he relocates to the right side. He probably missed like his first 5 or 6 jump shots. But anyways, Luka on the ISO, and I'm pretty sure that crazy burst he gets out of that move is literally just him wiggling with the left stick. I could be wrong.
Oh, that's all. God. Oh my gosh, I made it.
We got a little live com right there, but y'all heard him. He thought that was off. I said this in my gameplay breakdown, but if you're shooting with rhythm shooting, all you have to do is time the tempo. And right here, as you can see, he missed times the push, but you don't need a time the push to green your shots. So when if you have meter on and you're using tempo, it could be kind of weird because you could show a half bar of you timing your shot, but that visually in the meter is the push timing, and you don't need to green that. So you could like half bar the meter and technically green it because the meter is not showcasing your tempo timing. So that is kind of a weird thing to notice in 2K26 as you're seeing a bunch of reach and fouls again, because there is no plucks. Well, there is plucks in this game, but the fouls are very common as Anthony Edwards gets a dunk meter. I actually really like that. I like how the fouls are common on the reaches Maybe I won't like that when I play the game a little more. But as of right now, I'm fine with moving forward with the reaches like that. And I thought a lot of people in 2K25 would just spam and eventually get rewarded with them getting something out of it. I feel like there's a lot of animations in 25 where you can reach and then the player kind of has to, the offensive player like stops dribbling and is like stuck in this animation where he has to like move the ball away from him. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Now that's not even an animation in the game. Now it's just a foul. And I feel like I like that a lot better. As 𝙄𝙪 was kind of dominating the boards this game as expected because they're running against a 3-guard lineup. Luka gets him jumping. He still gets the contest because he has 7-4. He doesn't have a takeover equipped. So now he's just on fire. And look at Luka bringing up the ball. Hits Iverson. I don't know how that's not a lane steal. I don't know what Anthony Edwards' steal rating is, but he doesn't get that lane steal. As what do you know? Another foul call. People were way too used to just reaching to reach. You gotta reach at the right time. And after going like 0 for 5 to start the game, 𝘁𝙗 just shoots a back fade and makes it with Curry. There's something about them back fades, bro. I'm gonna have to look into that when I get my hands on 2K26 again, okay? Curry, wide open, catch and shoot, doesn't get it. And Anthony Edwards with the putback. Okay, spam. Okay, go crazy. And we got Luka driving to the basket. I ain't gonna lie, Luka is not that fast, but he was fast out here. That game speed looking crazy. I like the increase in the game speed. They get a little tip pass lane right there. Easy, wide open, fast break dunk. Now it's 18-16. 𝘁𝙗 with Curry trying to get something going. Kicks it out the spam. Probably could have shot the catch and shoot. Fadeaway 3 and doesn't get the green window there. Honestly, he didn't time either of those right. But look at Luka. Oh my. Oh, the crab? Was that a go-to shot for the crab? I ain't gonna lie, he fried Ant right there. That was a tough bucket. Now it's 19-18. They need a 3 to win the game. Curry misses. This dude 𝘁𝙗 cannot make a catch and shoot with Curry, but he's making a back fade from nearly half court on his first attempt with him. Anyways, they got 𝘁𝙩 moving it back out to Luka. Anything wins it for them. If they score any bucket, they win. Luka is on fire. And oh, did he just set an illegal screen? I think that was for game 2019. Spam's not shooting the midi, forces the dunk mirror. He had a very small green window right there and doesn't end up making that. He has no stamina. 𝙄𝙪 misses the layup over a bunch of guards in the paint with takeover. That's kind of surprising. And yeah, this possession is looking shocked. Luka takeover. Ant has no energy. They somehow miss. And look at that. And that's crazy. That's a rare clip. I feel like no one else got this clip at Community Day. 2 guards both jumping for the rebound at the same time. They both green it. And what's the outcome? 2K gives them a jump ball. That is very interesting. I don't know if that was just by coincidence, but I feel like that makes sense if that it was on purpose in 2K's part to give jump balls for kind of those 50-50 rebounds if both players green it. So that was very interesting to see. I feel like that was the most interesting clip.
Green. God, it's green. What? He's lying on green? What? Yo. That nigga just lied on green.
Now, the reason he lied on green is because he actually thought he was green. His meter was green. He did green his meter, but that's the push timing. If you green the push timing, but not the tempo timing, you do not make your jump shots with rhythm. You have to green the tempo. There's basically no reason to time your push timing when using rhythm. You should only try to time the tempo, because no matter how you time the push, if you don't time the tempo correctly, you are not going to make that. And now at 21-20, it is game point, and they go ahead, make the layup, and win that game. Now, I decided to finish off the video with a solid 7 minutes of just random gameplay clips that I saw that was given to me that I thought were, worthy to put in the video. Why not some extra gameplay? So look at Sabrina. I think that was Sabrina in the corner. Her jumper is super slow. She was getting blocked like crazy. This was a game of full WNBA players. Nice lane steal right there. I think that's Breanna Stewart in right there. Doesn't get the lane, but they end up getting the loose ball. And then I don't know what's going on with the ball handle right there. They end up getting the easy steal. Another tip past lane. I said it earlier, I'll say it again. Lanes are good. Oh, by the way, Caitlin Clark is crazy. Look at these Caitlin Clark clips. Not even using the right stick. Just wiggling with the left stick. I'm telling you, that left stick is a dangerous thing in 2K26. I mentioned it a little bit earlier on, but now you're really seeing it with Caitlin Clark. Okay, sometimes he's using the right stick in this gameplay, but for the most part, there was a couple clips here where he's just running around with the left stick and he's getting open with Caitlin Clark. Not to mention, she's greening. She got a good scoop layup animation on too. I don't know what's going on with Caitlin Clark in 2K26, but she is souped up. They got her going crazy in this game. Look at this. Fadeaway with 𝙄𝙩'𝙨 Wilson jumping at her. That's green. Now she's got take. Well, I don't call it takeover. I mean, I guess she's hot. She don't got to take over equip. Midi fade with after wiggling around with the left stick. I mean, come on. Now, shout out to Vlad Wavy. He is a play now creator. He gave me some other triple threat gameplay. You see 𝙄𝙩'𝙪 not greening the push, so visually it looked weird, and greening the tempo. So like I said earlier, that meter on while tempoing or tempo shooting, rhythm shooting, whatever you want to call it, could be a little weird looking for sure, especially if you haven't played the game yet and you're just watching the gameplay for the first time. So that's why I made sure to explain that for y'all. But anyways, they were going crazy in this game. My boy Vlad, hey, he's a play now player. He know these jump shots, bro. This man was greening out here. Okay, it's 16-6. It's already a blowout. I don't know what kind of meter that guy had right there, but there should have been some type of green window. But look at LeBron James getting to the basket. I like the size of that green window right there. That's what I like to see. 𝙬with the misdirection, and oh, if that went in, that would have been crazy. 𝙄𝙩'𝙪 greens the rebound, but the other 𝙄𝙩'𝙪 gets the lane steal. 𝙬with the midi greens both the tempo and the push timing right there for the easy green. And look at this step back. Oh my god, LeBron out to 𝙬 with the self alley-oop. Finally, we got someone completing the self alley-oops besides myself in the gameplay breakdown video I did. 𝙄𝙩'𝙪, look at 𝙄𝙩'𝙪. What kind of why does everyone have a good crossover in this game? And look at that shot by Anthony Edwards. I don't know, that was a small green window, but he made it. And look at this, he mistimes the dunk and it bounces in. We are used to that. That was a thing in 24 and in 25. I guess it's just lucky, bro. Like, it's just the luck of the draw. But look at 𝙄𝙩'𝙪, or I don't know who that, maybe that's 𝙄𝙩'𝙪 Wilson out the corner, and she's just wiggling around from the corner, gets open. She also has Scottie Pippen behind the back and the Curry slide on. I don't know why they have her with so many good dribble moves on, but hey, 𝙄𝙩'𝙪 Wilson got the good moves on, that's for sure. Anyways, kicking it out to 𝙄𝙩'𝙪. Look at, once again, you got that meter. It looks like you didn't time it, but you don't need the time to push timing. You just gotta time the tempo. And if y'all don't know what the tempo timing is, as 𝙄𝙩'𝙪 gets a nice post spin animation, throwing him off with that post up poet, no blitz steal right there. If you guys don't know the tempo timing, it's basically how you're trying to match the speed of you going down and up on the right stick to your player's shot speed. Okay, so you're trying to match his, I guess, motion of shooting with the speed of the stick. So that's why it's called tempo. That's why sometimes it'll say slightly rushes. That's a nice block animation right there. Good defense by Spam. Shout out to Spam for more gameplay right here from him. Curry with the fade, and he ends up winning that game. Back to some more gameplay. Caitlin Clark just going crazy, like off the catch fader. Are we kidding? And she's getting the blitz steal on Curry. Oh my god. And then 𝙄𝙩'𝙪 Wilson getting up there, getting a rebound over 𝙄𝙩'𝙪, and another tempo timing that just looks weird with the meter. That was a fadeaway. No blitz steal right there. And Caitlin Clark, her fadeaway is low-key money. And no lane steal right there from Brianna. Caitlin Clark spin into the step back midi. Dude, she is crazy good in this game. Finally, I think that was Brianna in the corner. Her jumper is super slow. Curry with the fader, another one that just looks weird. We're just not used to it visually with the meter. I mean, I'm gonna have my meter off, so I'm never gonna see that when I rhythm shoot. But look at the behind the back into the cancel into the other double behind the back. That's a nice move right there. No lane steal for Curry on that fast break. I'm not sure how. It seemed like he read that pretty well. There has been some questionable ones. Another body bump steals. So the body bump steals are pretty common. Unless you're really good at blitz steals, they're going to be more common than blitzes and more common than the plucks, as they get another driving dunk meter. Look at Curry with takeover. I ain't gonna lie, Spam was cooking right here. You could tell he was starting to get a feel for things. He didn't time that crab right there, but it is what it is. He is moving on these last couple possessions. 19-17, and oh my, there's so many people with takeover on the court. Double Curry slide into the step. Great, shoot it, Spam. He didn't green it. That would have been a clip. That would have been a clip right there. He's got takeover here. Fader in the corner. The turbo fade with. He didn't rhythm that. He buttoned that. 20-19. Game point. Curry. I think that was a no dip catch and shoot, baby. We went over a lot of that in the gameplay breakdown. And look at it saying win streak prize and stuff. Back to some more gameplay. We got LeBron in the corner. Look at the crossover LeBron has on. Very similar to like the De'Aaron Fox cross. This was Cash Out versus Fana. So shout out to Cash Out for giving me some gameplay. Fana is team white and Cash Out's team black. So Cash Out was one of the first legends in 2K25, and Fana is a ex 2K League guard. So once again, some more good players for some gameplay for y'all. I wasn't just gonna get anybody's gameplay, bro. I got y'all with the good gameplay, especially since I wasn't able to play triple threat. But LeBron was going crazy. I really like LeBron. He's got good sigs. He's obviously got a good driving dunk, and I mean, it's LeBron, bro. Like, he's going crazy out here. He also was greening heavies in the fives game. Look at Fana. He's sparking with LeBron. Look at the behind the back, into the cross, into the cancel, into the shot. Ooh, he misses. Takeover doesn't matter. Well, it's not takeover really. If he had a takeover equipped, that probably would have been green. Wemby gets the easy dunk. The dude is 7'4". LeBron would take over the back fade. He doesn't end up making that. Larry Bird greens the rebound. It is 18-15. And I think, yeah, A'ja Wilson's going to end up turning it over here. Jokic, I don't know if you guys saw that. He reached early and ended up getting it because his body was just in front of him for the steal. Curry greens it. Hey, and go watch the video on your screen where I did a full deep dive, complete breakdown on 2K26 gameplay through shooting, dribbling, slashing, post scoring, defense, passing, anything you can think of 2K26 related. Even the green rebounds, I covered it in this video. Go check it out.